Hello everyone. So we're from group 4 and today we're going to talk about the interpretation skills. So unahin na po natin ang introduction wherein what is interpretation skills. So to the book, interpretation skills are the set of two separate words. So magkaiba pa po pala sila bukod pang interpretation and bukod pang skills. So ano nga ba yung interpretation? So interpretation means to translate orally or to translate what is said in the foreign language. So, kaya nga po tayo may tinatawag na interpreter. For example po is sa mga beauty pageants. Like, if iba po yung language na ginagamit uh, ng candidates is kumukuha po sila ng interpreter in order to interpret their, yung mga sagot nila, their answer. So, ganun po ka-powerful yung interpretation skills or yung interpretation para po maintindihan natin kung ano yung saloobin natin. And also sa interpretation po, mas mapadali po tayong makipag-communicate sapagkat dito po sa interpretation is malalaman natin kung ano ba yung pinakakahulugan or gustong imungkahi or isabi ng kausap natin, for instance. So, it includes what something or someone means, grouping or categorizing information, and determining the significance of message. So, whereas the word skill means the ability to do something well or with expertise. So, yan, ang skill, nasa sa atin na yon. Pwede itong pag-aralan or natututunan natin. So, it is up to us, kaya nakalagay dito na depende siya kung uh, with expertise siya or kung sanay ka doon or kakabagong tuto mo lang. So, together po, super important ng interpretation skills because ang meaning po dito is the person who has the ability to expertise, the decipher what is said in a foreign language orally in a particular way to bring out the meaning of it. So, gaya nga po kanina sinabi ko na ito ay ang interpretation skills po is napakamagandang kasanayan sa atin sapagkat mas mapadali po ang ah, communication natin para kahit po iba-iba po yung ating, for example, is yung language and kultura is maimumungkahi pa po natin or maisasabi po natin yung ating pinakasaloobin or madali po nating maintindihan kung ano yung sinasabi ng for example, ng isang individual. For example, ako, as a tourism student, pag ako yung nagtrabaho ako sa tour guiding, syempre hindi lang naman mga Tagalog or Pilipino ang aking mga kasalumuha. So, with the use of my interpretation skills, magagamit ko to para makipag-communicate sa kanilang mas ayos at makipag-unawaan kami. So, ngayon, sikat na ang mga technology. So, pwede nating, for example, is translate kung ano yung mga gusto nilang sabihin para magkaroon ng magandang communication. So, ayun po, sa interpretation skills is kinakailangan din po syempre ng uh, pag-uusap and mahabang pagkakaunawaan sapagkat dito po natin malalaman o masusukat kung ang isang tao ay, for example, is interesado sa ating mga sinasay sapagkat dito po natin malalaman kung nakikinig ba or nasa loob niya ba yung ating mga sinasabi.
Next naman po is we have here the key aspects of tour guiding and interpretation. First is yung effective communication. We all know naman na ang pagkakaroon ng communication skills is crucial in all aspects. And as a tour guide nga, dapat you have this skill since ang isa sa goals ng tour guiding ang makapag-share ng relevant information sa tourist about dun sa specific destination or site na tinutour nyo. So, as a tour guide, dapat hindi ka lang basta nagpo-provide ng information. Dapat ini-ensure mo din na effective yung pag-share mo at naiintindihan talaga nila lahat ng sinasabi mo. And dapat engaging kasi mas makukuha mo yung interest ng tourist if masaya yung pagtutour mo sa kanila. Next is yung cultural sensitivity. Ito yung isa sa mga good qualities ng isang tour guide. pagiging sensitive o pagkakaroon ng sensitivity. Dito naman is, as a tour guide, alam naman natin na iba't ibang taong na-encounter natin from different country na may ibang culture sa atin. So, as a tour guide, dapat maging sensitive tayo sa paggamit ng mga words or information. And ensure natin na yung interpretation natin is hindi nakaka-offend or nakakabastos sa culture nila. For example nga dito is yung magtutour nga kayo ng isang group of Korean tourists. So, ahead of time, dapat aware ka at alam mo yung backgrounds nila since magkaiba nga kayo ng nationality. Dapat maging respectful ka sa paniniwala and culture nila as Koreans. Katulad nga nung sa tetraphobia, which is takot sila sa number 4 kasi nga meaning nun is death or bad luck. So, dapat iwasan mo yung paggamit ng number na yon while nasa tour kayo.
Number 3. Storytelling. Guides should transform facts into engaging stories. By doing this, they can connect historical events, cultural traditions, and natural phenomena to the visitors' own lives. A compelling narrative makes the information more relatable and memorable, helping visitors to visualize the past and understand the significance of what they are seeing. This approach does not only informs but also entertains, making the tour enjoyable. So, ang example nito is kunwari ang isang tour guide ay nasa isang historical kasama ang isang grupo ng tourist. Hindi lang basta niya sasabihin kung ano nga ba yung mga kaganapan o yung petsa ng historical event na to, kundi yung mag-create or magsasabi siya ng isang kwento about sa historical events na yon kung saan mayroon siyang proof and evidences na nangyari talaga. Ito naman ay yung nabivisualize ng mga tourists kung ano nga ba yung mga nangyari ng panahon na yon. Number 4 is educational value. Interpretation is about more than just sharing facts. It involves helping visitors make connections between the information presented and their own personal experiences. This means guiding them to see how the tour contents relates to their lives, beliefs, and perspectives. By doing this, guides enrich the learning experiences and encourage deeper understanding and reflection. Ang example naman ito ay ang isang tour guide ay dadalhin ng isang tourist sa isang nature trip kung saan hindi lang basta sila maglilibot or yang ililista kung ano yung mga endangered species, kundi yung magtatanong ang tour guide ng mga experience or relatable experience ng mga tourist about sa kung paano sila nakakisalamuha sa endangered species na to, kung paano nila inilagaan, or ano bang kaganapan sa kanila dati. Kung saan naman yung matututunan ng mga tourists kung paano nga ba alagaan ang mga ito at ilayo sa mga yung para maging endangered sila or mawala. Number 5 is interactive engagement. Encouraging visitors' participation is essential for enhancing the overall tour experiences. By asking questions, facilitating discussions, and including interactive activities, guides create a dynamic environment where visitors feel involved. This interaction not only keeps visitors engaged but also allows them to share thoughts and insights, making the tour more enriching and memorable. So, ang example naman ito ay kunwari sa isang community tour. Yang hindi lang basta maglilibot ang tourist, kundi yang magkakaroon sila ng interaction with the community or the host community kung saan yung may mga activities silang gagawin kunwari ay pagluluto, pagwawalis, paggagawa ng kanilang mga household, pagkain. Isa na dito yung mga pakipaglaro sa mga bata or paggagawa ng mga ginagawa nila araw-araw.
So, good interpretation skills is essential for tour guide. So here are the following way for developing good interpretation among the guides. The first one is proper knowledge, which is as a tour guide, kailangan is may in-depth understanding ka sa binibigay mong information or pinipresent mong information sa kanila. So, naka-include dito yung facts ng isang historical site, yung mga cultural significance niya, and yung mga any relevant anecdotes. Like for example, imagine, nagtutour ka sa tinutour mo yung isang grupo which is sa Intramuros, Manila. So, kailangan makaptivate mo yung mga audience na yung i-share mong story is kailangan talagang alam na alam mo. Like, mag-provide ka na yung Fort Santiago served as a prison during World War II. And then, the second one is understand your audience. So, as a tour guide, kailangan inaalam mo yung interest ng iyong mga tourists, yung background nila, yung expectation nila sa'yo, and kung paano mo i-handle yung mga question na tinatanong nila sa'yo. So as a tour guide nga, kailangan ma-discuss mo ng maayos or mabigay mo sa kanila yung kinakailangan nila. So, the third one is be relevant. So, kailangan bilang isang tour guide, kailangan ma-ensure mo na yung information na sineshare mo sa mga tourist ay kailangan naka-align din sa interest ng mga tourist. Like, for example, nag-guide ka sa isang National Museum of the Philippines. Kailangan yung pag-guide mo sa kanila is nanonotice mo yung mga group of tourists na interested sa arts. Like, ma-emphasize nila yung mga details sa isang area and malaman nila yung mga history. And then, be methodical. And dito is kailangan yung pinapresent mo talagang information sa kanila is structured. Kailangan logical sequence na makakatulong sa audience para ma-follow or maintindihan nila yung binibigay mong information. Like for example, during tour of the Chocolates Hills in Bohol, kailangan yung guide is nag-i-start siyang mag-overview sa geological formation. Like, kailangan nagbibigay ka ng legends and myths dun sa surroundings ng hills. And so, yun nga, kailangan ma-approach mo ng maayos yung tourist mo and kapag nahingi sila ng help sa'yo. And then, be fun. So, as a tour guide, kailangan may humor ka. Kailangan makuha mo yung attention ng lahat ng tourist or yung lahat ng tinutour mo. Kailangan magbigay ka ng interesting stories sa kanila. Hindi lang yun, kailangan mag-create ka din or magpa-activity ka din sa kanila para naman yung mga tourists ay maengganyo and ma-enjoy nila yung tour that day. And syempre, para na rin maging memorable sa kanila. So, the last one natin is language proficiency. So, as a tour guide, kailangan talaga is ma-master mo, magkaroon ka ng mastery sa language. Kahit isa or two or more, ganyan. So, essential siya kasi para magkaroon ng clear and effective communication sa tourist. Kasi like, for example, here in Philippines, magto-tour guide ka sa Rizal Park. So, hindi lang basta tourist na Pilipino yung mga doon na nagsasalita ng Tagalog. I-expect mo na may mga ibang lahi din doon or may mga taga-ibang tourist na galing sa ibang country. So, kailangan magsasalita ka ng English and Tagalog para ma-ensure na yung lahat is naiintindihan yung information na binibigay mo sa isang area or dun sa isang spot kung saan mo sila tinutour. And then yung mga historical na events is kailangan maibigay mo lang ayos na parehas na sinasalita mo yung or gamit yung English and Tagalog.
Characteristics of a good interpreter. A good interpreter possesses a unique blend of skills and qualities that allow them to bridge communication gaps effectively. First, they are excellent listeners. So, interpreters actively engage with the speaker, not just hearing words, but understanding the underlying message, context, and emotions. So, they pay attention to nonverbal cues like body language and tone of voice. They focus on the speaker, filtering out distractions to ensure they capture every message. Interpreter possess strong memory skills, enabling them to retain information and recall it accurately when interpreting. And the second one is they have remarkable sensory, motor, and cognitive abilities. So interpreters need sharp senses to accurately perceive the speaker's voice, tone, and other subtle cues. On the other hand, interpreters have developed motor skills for clear, precise speech delivery, ensuring the message is conveyed effectively. And they rapidly process information, translating it from one language to another while maintaining the meaning and intent of the original message. And the third one, they have rich vocabulary in multiple languages. So, interpreters possess a wide range of vocabulary in both their native language and the target language. They can accurately translate complex concepts and idiomatic expressions. They understand the subtleties of language, including regional variations, slang, and cultural references. So, they are lifelong learners, constantly expanding their vocabulary and deepening their understanding of both languages. And the fourth one, they are cultural alertness and awareness. So, interpreters are aware of cultural differences that can impact communication, including social norms, customs, and values. So, interpreters can adjust their approach to interpreting based on the cultural context of the speakers and the setting. They also value respect the diverse cultures they encounter, ensuring communication is respectful and inclusive. And the next one is they are able to cope with stress and they exert a great deal of self control when working with difficult speakers. So, interpreters remain calm under pressure, maintaining composure even when dealing with difficult or challenging situations. They can handle stressful environments and maintain focus despite fatigue or distractions. They project a professional and composed image, building trust and confidence in their ability to communicate effectively. And the last one is they are emotional resilience. Interpreters can connect with the speaker's emotions and convey them accurately in the target language. So they maintain neutrality and avoid injecting personal opinions or biases into the interpretation. They are self aware and understand how their own emotions can impact their ability to interpret effectively. In summary, a good interpreter possesses a unique combination of skills and qualities that allow them to bridge communication gaps effectively. They are excellent listeners, have remarkable sensory, motor, and cognitive abilities, possess rich vocabulary in multiple languages, are culturally alert and aware, can manage stress and maintain self control, and are emotionally resilient. These characteristics enable them to deliver accurate, clear, and culturally sensitive interpretations, fostering understanding and collaboration across language barriers.
The TOR model, a framework for effective interpretation. The TOR model developed by Dr. Samham is a valuable framework for crafting and delivering impactful interpretive experiences. It focuses on breaking down barriers to effective communication, particularly in settings like museum, parks, and educational programs. The acronym TOR stands for Team, Organized, Relevant, and Enjoyable, representing the 4 key principles that guide successful interpretation. Let's understand the components. First is, the interpretation should have a theme. A clear and compelling theme is the cornerstone of the TOR model. It provides focus and direction, ensuring that all elements of the interpretation contribute to a central message. A well-defined theme helps audiences understand the significance of the information being presented and connect it to broader concept. It answers the question, what's the main takeaway? Second, interpretation should be organized. Effective interpretation requires a logical and coherent structure. Information should be presented in a way that is easy for the audience to follow and understand. A clear organization helps prevent confusion and allows the audience to grasp the message more readily. Think of it as a roadmap guiding the audience through the interpretation. Third, your information should be relevant. Interpretation must resonate with the audience's interests, experiences, and prior knowledge. Making the content relevant fosters engagement and encourages deeper learning. It's crucial to consider the audience's perspectives and tailors the interpretation to their specific needs and interests. This principle emphasizes the so what factor, why should the audience care? Fourth is, interpretation should be enjoyable. Engaging and enjoyable experiences are more likely to leave a lasting impression. Incorporating elements of fun, curiosity, and interactivity can enhance audience interest and participation. This doesn't necessarily mean being frivolous. It means making the interpretation stimulating and memorable through creative approaches. It emphasizes the importance of making the experience positive and rewarding for the audience. The TOR model is applicable across various interpretive settings, from guided tours and educational programs to museum exhibits and signages. By adhering to these principles, interpreters can first enhance audience understanding and retention, increase audience engagement and participation, promote meaningful connections, and last, overcome barriers to communication. In conclusion, Dr. Samham's TOR model provides a practical and effective framework for developing and delivering impactful interpretive experiences. By emphasizing the importance of theme, organization, relevance, and enjoyment, the model empowers interpreter to connect with the audiences on a deeper level and create meaningful learning opportunities.
The importance of interpretation skills. Let's imagine a tourist from Finland. We'll call him Finn. Is visiting Jamaica for the first time and is staying at a hotel. The hotel arranges various activities for Finn's stay and assigns him and his group a tour guide. These tour guides are responsible for Finn's experiences on the island and how he perceives Jamaican culture and norms. So they play major roles in the experience and can have a huge impact on the holistic experience. Interpretation plays a vital role in this scenario. The tour guides are responsible for relaying factual information to Finn and his group and turning it into something more meaningful. Interpreting plays a huge role on how visitors perceive a country's people, traditions, and everything regarding their culture. An interpreter can either significantly enhance or ruin someone's experiences. Napakahalaga ng maayos na interpretasyon sa senaryong ito. So isipin natin si Finn na taga Finland na bumisita sa Jamaica. Ang mga tour guide na nakatalaga sa kanila ay may malaking papel para sa kanilang magandang karanasan tungkol dun sa isla at kung paano nila mauunawaan ng ayos ang kultura at mga tradisyon ng Jamaica. Katulad ng pagbibigay ng maayos na impormasyon, ang mga tour guide ay sila yung responsible sa pagbibigay ng tamang impormasyon sa grupo ni Finn. dapat nilang ipaliwanag ng ayos ang mga lokal na kaugalian at tradisyon upang mas maunawaan ito ng grupo nila. So, hindi lang basta impormasyon ang ibinibigay ng tour guide. Kailangan din nilang gawing mas makabuluhan ang mga ito. So, like for instance, kung nagsasalita sila or pinapaliwanag nila yung tungkol sa local festivals, tungkol dun sa local festivals ng Jamaica, dapat nilang ipakita kung bakit dapat nilang ipaalam kung bakit ito mahalaga sa mga tao sa Jamaica. So, the way nila i-interpret yung mga kaganapan sa paligid or yung mga kaganapan sa Jamaica is nakakaapekto sa kung paano nakikita ni na Finn or ng mga kasamahan ni Finn ang mga tao at kultura ng Jamaica. And kung mahusay ang pagkaka-interpret ng mga tour guide, maaaring maging positive or negative depende sa kung paano nila nga i-interpret ang kanilang karanasan, yung magiging karanasan ni na Finn. So, yun nga, ang magandang interpretasyon na nakukuha nila dun sa tour guide is nakakatulong upang mas maging aware or maging mas bukas si na Finn sa mga bagong karanasan and dun sa mga bagong kultura na naranasan nila dun sa isla. So, sa kabuuan, may malaking epekto sa holistic experience ng isang tourist na katulad ni na Finn ang maayos na interpretasyon. Tour guide has the power na gawing mas makabuluhan o mas masaya ang experience ng isang tourist or katulad ni na Finn sa Jamaica o maging sa kabaligtaran is maaari rin nilang masira yung experience base sa kanilang magiging interpretasyon.